Welcome back to another battle, everybody. Today we're playing... What are we playing? Playing Exponential? No, we're not. We're playing Progressive Capitals on... I just like freeze during these intros. It's crazy. We're playing on the State of Emergency map. We're playing as a green player out of the second position. I've got a couple options here. Blue with a 1-point hold over this. That 4 is absolutely going to get occupied by them. Now I've got the 1 here. I think I can actually cap here with both red and black behind me. This is a 1-point hold for Bendigon here, +4, as well as being one of 2 path lines between the right side of the board and the left. So not a bad spot to be. I don't think I have any other 1-point hold over anything. So I am going to go here, which obviously will probably draw either a neighbor cap or the ire of black and red, which is why I'm going to wait to take the bonus. I'm not going to go for the bonus early. Blue does take the 1 point there. That's a no-brainer spot for them. Black does not go here, which is good. Red might still go on the 5, but I just don't think... Ideally, they won't have enough. Now, if I get hit by purple, we'll lose out on a troop early. I should be able to take a 3-on-1 on the left-hand side here. Otherwise, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 2-on-1s I can attempt for getting my first card. Because, again, I'm going to need to stack this position whether or not black or red... Or obviously, black didn't go here. Whether or not red caps next to me. Red goes bottom left. So this makes this position likely a turn 2 choice. It looks like white might have been on Otway Ruins and is upset with red capping there. I'm not surprised by red's cap here, although I think I would have gone on the 2 in Pavin's Pact, simply because it holds a path line up into this bonus above, whereas this 5 you can wrap around and hit into there. I like purple's capital. I like mine. It's just obviously dangerous with what's next to it. And I like blues. I think blues is a smart choice. The blizzards are really, really choking up this board this time. Actually, blues, I lied, is not a 1-point hold. There is an escape route through Mally Fade here. So I may have the only legitimate 1-point hold on this board. No, purple. Purple has a 1-point. Oh, purple has a really good 1-point for left hand. Hellborn and Helbin and St. Kilda. And I think they're going to take the Gippsland Outskirts bonus first, though. That's what I would do if I were them. And then bonus that into a take on the left-hand side. They'll have an 8 cap here. We do get hit, unfortunately, so we'll only start with 5. I wonder if white's on the 1 point here. Cap defense is paramount. This 3-on-1 hopefully will win. It does. Come back to cap here. Just for safety purposes, got to defend the position. Hopefully nobody is behind me. The only people who would be behind me are black and white, because we know where red, blue, and purple are. I think if you're blue here, you attack into the corner first. Ooh, brutal dice. I would not finish the bonus here. I actually would wait to finish the bonus now. You could roll a 7-on-2, lose up to 3 troops with black right after you. With a 2 next to your cap. That's a smart play by blue not to... Ooh, I wonder if they captured a capital, because they didn't even fortify it out of that pocket there. Black is going to navigate away from us. They break purple. Interesting. Super aggressive first turn there from black. It's going to give red a decent position. White is... If white keeps this up, I will have to mute them. I think I'm going to have to mute them now. Unfortunately. But this is, everybody, the final map in the Zombies Map Pack 2 map pack. Finishing up our Tier List Tuesday series on this particular map pack. And we are fully zoomed out the entire state of Victoria at this point. I hope I'm not messing that up. I'm pretty sure it's Victoria. It is. Okay, delightful. It's like, I don't think I'm messing up my Australian geography, but we might be. On this turn, I'm going to make an attempt. Red doesn't move the 5 away, which is a little bit risky because they likely have this +4 down here in Great Scorched Coast. But, oh, why are you behind me? Why would he place this stuff back here, man? He hits me here. This is going to be very irritating to deal with. Did he lose his cap? That's why he placed this stuff back here. It's annoying that he went back here because this is like very much the position that I want to attack. Purple going to try to remove black here. All right, then in that case, I'm going to wait for white to ideally finish this on the next turn. I can pull my 2 in off of this position. Purple leaves a 1 defense there. I can pull this 2 in left. Well, if that changes how I want to approach this. I didn't think he'd quit right away. In that case, I'll start making a dent back here. I've got all these 1s over here. I actually have the white kill guard. That's worth a card. We might as well leave that up there. Gotta prioritize cap defense. We'll eventually have the 1-point hold over my bonus. I wonder if black's actually behind purple. And that's why he played like that on the opening turn. Blue has white's cap. Yeah, blue has white's cap. I wonder if white's on Molly Fade then, because... I mean, I guess we'll see. Blue only attacks once. It's possible that the cap's back in the corner here. This player quit. I don't expect to see them back. Kind of got a slow play. Yeah, he breaks right. He gets in there right again. Yeah, he is behind. And he'll take this bonus. This is it. If I'm capped behind somebody and I know that I'm behind them, this is probably how I would play it. Now, I think that cap may have come from Deadlight, in which case I'd be a little bit nervous about purple coming in and stealing it, but if they can hold the +3 in Hellburn, they'd be at a pretty decent spot. It's interesting white nested the material back here. It's only 1 card, though, and I think that 4 troops is going to be worth more to me long term. I don't know how much is back here. They started with 8 here. We saw them lose a little bit initially, but I might not be able to take this out right away. Red does hold their bonus. But yeah, Tier List Tuesday, series on the channel where we play every single map in Risk on Progressive Capital's settings. We have, not counting the 4 Russia maps that are no longer accessible in the game, we have, at this point in time, including the map we are playing right now, 10 maps remaining. We will be beginning the Feudal Japan map pack next week with 47 Ronin, so stay tuned for that. And that'll be second to last map pack, and then obviously the standalone map of Arkeanos. We opened early with the classic maps, and then Ebi Land is one of the standalone maps, and then now finishing with Arkeanos towards the end. I don't believe we've covered Arkeanos. If we have, and I've been... I had it on an early... Because we had Canada, where there's several videos where I'd covered Canada, but I didn't save the tier list properly, and then it just wasn't in there, so I had to go back and see what I scored it. I don't believe I've played Arkeanos yet, so we'll wrap up with that one as the final map. And then maybe Russia will stop attacking Ukraine, and SMG Studio will be kind enough to reinstate those maps. I think it's... I understand removing them from the game because of the war there, but at the end of the day, they act as geographical maps rather than... That's a better play by purple there. Rather than necessarily political, but you can't win them all. So, oh, white didn't even... White must have hit some of black back here and didn't even get it out of there. So we got our 1 point now. I feel comfortable with that. I can play... Red hasn't attacked this off, which is a little bit annoying, but I can play for this +3 in Shepperton front as well. I don't like how this blocks the words of that. There's not much I can do. Blue will probably take this whole bonus here in Central Dielands. If they don't, I'd be surprised. Oh, don't hold off cap. There's no reason for that. Oh, no. No. I don't know if you guys have seen that guy. But I don't like this play by blue. Bring it back. Bring most of it back. If you bring most of it back to capital, all right, that's at least, that's fine. Got the boy, the man, the myth, the cat, Fergus here, supporting the channel. All right. So we know we're the only player that knows white's in the top left on what is this, the mallet. I think knowing that there's nobody capped. Did black hold, by the way? Black did hold that +3. Knowing that there's nobody up in this upper left area, cap-wise, maybe blue. I don't know exactly where that blue capital is, and they did get 12. I think it's not a bad idea for me to play for collapsed corridor next. Kind of ignore the red 5 here for now. Or I could even get a little bit aggressive for both positions. I would want my fortify off this way. But if I pull like maybe 7 troops here, we're going to start. If I don't get hit by purple, this is a concern of mine, is that red should play for the gray line. I fear that he's going to hit my 1 here. And this 3 pointed at the 2. It's likely that it'll find white up there, but maybe we can get white. Although it's going to flag soon, so it'll just be 1 extra troop. If this will probably stay as a 1 on this next turn, because we're playing with neutral bots. Obviously, fog and blizzards, balance splits dice. Purple does hold. At some point, if black is not capped directly behind purple, I think purple needs to make a push into black. Otherwise, this isn't going to be good for them long term. Looks like they're going to try to take this bonus next to me. Yeah, I don't see a reason not to allow that for now. I don't have an issue with that, I don't think. It's just a +4. Theoretically, I take the +3 next to them. Only get 9. I was going to play for this over here. I think I still do that. But I don't think I roll red out of here. And then I can pull these 2s out. Something like that. Here. I admittedly thought I clicked this 1 here on block tunnel. Evidently I did not, but this actually helps kill guard white a little bit better. Blue puts 12 here. Eventually blue's going to run into red, and my hope is that it leaves 6 here but doesn't break. Because I'm wondering if red's going to be scared about blue on their borders. Because if the cap actually is in the corner here in the dig, and blue doesn't break. So even if I just hold this for a turn, it's fine. We can take this +3 on the next turn. We'll hold this +4 in collapse corridor for hopefully a turn if red doesn't hit me. Black's still getting 8. Doesn't do a whole lot. Red's getting 10. So blue is our leader. They pick up an additional +4. We're going to have purple likely getting 14, I would say, here with territory count. I did hit them once, but shouldn't be a big deal. I don't want to set early. With a player quitting, that's aggravating. That feels rather unnecessary. I really didn't expect red to roll that, but I think they'll have bigger fish to fry soon enough. So I think I can just pop 3 here, pop the rest over here, finish my bonus. I wouldn't be surprised to see purple take the +4 in safe zone up at the top. They actually trade early. This might push into black instead. If we see black flag, that's what's happening. They might even get the elim back here if black doesn't exist anywhere else. That's a lot of attacks. Black's not in here. Could be left of me. Yeah, they get it. Well played. Very, very well played. I think I have to trade and go aggress this position, though. I really do. They get 6. Problem is, does red betray me here? Get 9. You have to think that they just exhausted a fair few troops into that position. Blue over here. White there. I think I bail on my cap. Do I bail on my cap? I think I bail on my cap here. Hope purple doesn't have a set on 3. This 1 point stronger than my 1 point long term. I guess maybe short term is more accurate. And hopefully I got him down to below 12 territories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Hopefully that is accurate. I think it should be. If he doesn't have a set, I got a chance. Now, blue goes into red here, which is like the perfect timing for that to happen. Because red might even ignore my capital here. It's a risky play, because purple obviously could have a trade-in. But I think it was the smart choice to go for that. I got a tremendous capital roll. And I prioritized this position because of how much it ends up holding. +9 versus mine is a +4. Red loses their cap. They should just take mine. They lose theirs to blue. My mindset was if purple's holding all of this over here, I really have to go full send on them. Now white, we got white 4, 2, 4, 1. Red should just pivot, but they may not even take my capital. They may just retaliate on blue. I would take this personally. They don't. Wow. See if purple's got a set. White flags. This is the moment of truth here. And they do not. At least not yet. Do they not take my 1 here? They bust in here, so I get to hold this up here for extra troops. Now, if he wins this, I actually get perfect pathing. If he doesn't win it, okay. I don't know that I even want to take my capital back here. Or defend this at all. I think I want to fully remove in this pocket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would get everything in the back here. Don't think I can eliminate him. Although maybe I can. $11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I think I can. Wow. That might be one of the most impressive eliminations I've ever gotten in this game, and he had a joker. Okay. Red quits. I don't have a means of breaking blue, though. Unless I go off the bottom line here. Bring the 6 back to cap. Blue won't have a trade-in. I think I gotta try it. I have a set, guaranteed set on 3. And red is gone. Wow. Oh my goodness. If red wasn't gone, I don't think I would have made that play. Blue exhausted all of their material into him. Wow. Now, I want to make sure I should get enough troops on this next turn. I want to make sure that blue gets second and red's still MIA. They are almost certainly going to have more troops. I may not even be able to get through this. 9. Red's on 2 cards. I want to make sure blue gets second. Although if they flag out, it doesn't really matter. That sequence with purple, I hope y'all are still watching, because that is one of the most impressive things I think I've done in this game in quite some time. I mean, that elimination couldn't have been more perfect. I banked on red trying to play some sort of retaliatory play on blue, which I think was the correct choice. They don't take the capital, so I get extra troops off there. Leave this undefended, prioritize purple's position, and hope they don't have a trade on 3. I think they did. I think they opted not to trade the Joker in the hopes that another set or two would come in somewhere else before they had to set, but I got enough and I counted out the troops, took the time to do it. We get 43 troops. We will set in off of white. So I'm gonna prep to take out white here. Just to kind of make sure, like, I don't want to inconvenience blue too bad here. This should be the end of white. I want to make sure that the blue player gets... I want to make sure that the blue player gets second, and red still has a little bit too many troops on the board. Obviously, blue could have a trade in here, but I don't think the trade's going to be high enough for them to really do anything. This has a fortify line down to this capital here anyway. Slow roll? We don't win the slow roll. Bummer. That's a split ski. Nice. All right. This will allow me to take... Blue shouldn't be able to take out red. If he does, he won't trade. Like, if he sets and takes him out, he won't trade in off of it. And I hold too much board. So this will let me give blue second place because, again, red's MIA. They're not flagged. So because they're not flagged, their position will still count. So I can take red out up here and then take blue out and win the game. We got a trade on 3. Should give us enough troops to do that. I'll need like 30 up here, probably. Good game. Well played. And a big ol' thumbs up to you. Let's do 33. 3 there. This here. I didn't even click. That's bizarre. I didn't even click that. Okay, I can't world down blue unless this magically wins, which I guess I should try it, right? 8%. Oh my goodness. How did that win? Let's see if he had a trade. Good game, dude. He did have a trade. I think he just got a trade. He didn't have one on 3. I think he got the dude there. What a wild game. So I was wondering if purple's aggression into black, and mind you, that's probably the same play I would have made there, especially if I knew that I had the elimination. Purple had some vision up in the top and in this bonus here to the point where they probably knew they had the black elimination, but they were so barren. Like they had what, 12 on cap here. That was it as far as chunks of troops elsewhere. So I prioritized the capitals, the breaks, and then I did it in a way where I was like, I can ignore this cap up here. If we take him out of here, we have a chance at holding this bonus, and then also knock down additional territory. I think that was just, and then the elimination after that. Very happy with how that played out. All in all, I like this map. I think this is a solid map. It can be sort of choky. I think both this and City of the Dead are very similar in how they play out, although this one has a few more path lines from left to right. I forgot to mention the stats of this map. I didn't go through all of the bonuses. There are 3+3s. There are 6+4s. No, 7+4s, 2+5s, and 2+6s. And it's a 76 territory map, 7 blizzards. That is 69 territories when blizzards are considered, 30 territories larger than the classic map. Normally go through those stats. I got to them now. And let's check the ranks of our opponents. We'll break down where this sits on our board. Black was a GM. I was not impressed with their cap choice. To be completely honest, I get it. I sort of understood it. I get why they didn't go on the 4 next to me, because they didn't want to be next to somebody earlier than them in the turn order. But a dangerous position. I really liked their play of trying to break purple repeatedly. Thought that was a decent attempt. But you're almost banking on somebody else intervening, and the fact that purple's ahead of you in the turn order is really difficult to infiltrate. We had expert, novice, beginner, intermediate, and grandmaster. So a whole bunch of the ranks here. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. Let me place where this is on our tier list for sure. I've mentioned how it gets kind of choky. Obviously, the map's image here isn't super helpful because we can't see all of it, but this pathing through Helbin into Fort Ballarat, pathing through St. Kilda into I can't something coast, whatever coast that is. Hume Horde up into Shepperton Front, Bendigon into Fort Ballarat as well, Tedswan Hill, and then Safe Zone up on top. All of these various pathing points. Blizzards on any of these locations can really, really choke the board up. We saw it this game quite a bit with the Fort Ballarat and the Bendigon Blizzards, both of those creating, and then also one in the coast spot here. 3 blizzards that cut the map as avenues left to right significantly. I don't know how common that is because there are open spots where you can have blizzards land as well. We only had 2 paths from left to right. I capped on one of them, which obviously was part of the reason I prioritized this was the 1-point hold and the fact that I'm cutting off a line from left to right. If this game lasts longer, that makes card blocking for me really, really easy. 7 blizzards, there's a chance you get these games. There's also a chance you get a lot of paths from left to right. So I think it's a fairly balanced map. For that reason, I feel pretty confident to put it up similarly in area to the City of the Dead map that we played. And I thought I'd put that in B tier, but I don't remember where. And yeah, right here in B tier. I actually think I like this one a little bit better because I think the commonality of blizzards on City of the Dead cutting the map, simply because there are fewer avenues from left to right, there's only 3. The chances of those getting cut off are much higher than on this map. We had a lot of cutoffs on this map, but I think all in all, your cutoffs there aren't going to be quite as common. I think this one's really a really solid map. I think it's better than Reverse World. I think it's better than Operation Atom. I think it's better than all of these. Spaceport, I think I like it more than those. I think I like it more than Roots. I don't think I like it as much as... No, that's regular New Zealand. Emergency calls, Königsberg, Charleroi. I think I've got this one just below Way to Valhalla. I think I like Way to Valhalla a little bit more. That one's similar to this in the number of avenues from left to right. It's got a couple fewer, I actually think, but the map is bigger in total territories, I believe, or similar amount. More openings for blizzards to end up in spots that don't cut the board, though. So I think I'm going to put it right there below Way to Valhalla and Orbital Objectives. Almost an A-tier map, in my opinion. I think the A-tier maps bring a little bit more... Other than Turkey, like Turkey is just super open. I think it's better for progressive than exponential. One of the rare maps in that case, in my opinion. Card blocking still possible. Blizzards don't affect it as much. This one I think is a little too affected by blizzards game to game. I'm yapping a little bit. A little too much yapping. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be back with Tier List Tuesday next Tuesday with 47 Ronin. In the meantime, we will be back tomorrow with another Risk video. As always, everybody, I have been C-Money. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a tremendous rest of your day. Peace.